there's any guy in the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, a good season so far for them, sitting comfortably in fourth place in the Eastern Conference. Very similar to the level of success they had last year. Miles Turner in action tonight. 11th pick in the 2015 draft. Hard to believe he fell out of the top 10, given how well he's played in his young career. Just what makes him one of the top young big men in the league, Jet.
Well, he's very mobile for a player of his height. I mean, this guy's mobile, agile, and versatile. He's got all the tiles.
You know, he has a natural sizz-off tiz-utch on the shiz-out, and that's rare for a big mizan.
No diz-out.
Kevin Hizarlin
Oh.
standing by with the call.
You speak the language. I like it.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Back in Brooklyn, the Nets tip off the beginning of a homestand. The Pacers beat them last time when these two teams met in Indiana.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
He'll be the Nets off the tip. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And no good. Ready by Bogdanovich. Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers. Young and Turner up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot.
One shot.
And Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, a good ball handler and passer. Doris, do you play him some at the point forward, or is that asking too much?
Well, I think at this point he's probably better suited as a secondary ball handler. Putting the ball in his hands does take some pressure off of his shooting, though. And if his jump shot doesn't come around, it might be something to revisit. Well, the league is finally catching up with Thaddeus Young. 6'8", 220 pounds. He was a small ball power forward before that was in vogue. Now he's kind of the perfect fit.
First one falls for him. And over the course of his career, Young more of a slasher than a shooter, Doris, at the power forward position.
Right. The southpaw has a very quick first step. And the last few seasons, though, starting to add that three-point shot. That will make him more effective.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
You hear this consistently about Thaddeus Young. He's going to do whatever you ask of him. He'll start, he'll come off the bench, but he is going to impact the game.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Nate McMillan.
Well, Kevin, when I asked him about the defensive game plan, he said they have to clog up the middle and deny clean looks at the basket. If they can do that, he thinks they'll have the upper hand. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Left side, Turner, all alone. And it's good off the back rim and in. Turner's got his first points of the night.
Well, you just love how Miles Turner goes right up with it, right? No hesitation. I'll tell you what, Hollis-Jefferson doesn't mind showing out a little bit. What a sensational leaper.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Now, here's Oladipo. 26 points for him last game against Detroit.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Here's Oladipo. After the basket by Brooklyn, Turner. No good with the layup.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And now it's a double-digit lead. Carroll's got his second bucket of the night.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Turner with a screen for Bogdanovich. Off the pick. Goes back up. Zeller grabs the board. And here are the Nets. They're on a 13-3 run.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Oladipo outside. Stolen. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Wow, solid decision-making from Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. How about his ability to knife into the teeth of the defense? Tremendous speed.
Now, here is Young. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
And the basket is good. Hollis-Jefferson's got 15.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Pacers trail by 13. Left side, Turner. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Well, you can see Miles Turner has great confidence in that jump shot. There's no hesitation, Kevin.
And Carroll gets it to go.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And offensively, that night, it seemed like anytime they took 1 step forward, they'd end up taking 2 steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
About halfway into the season, Doris, teams are already separating themselves from the pack. What are some of the elements you are looking for right now as you take a look at those top teams and trying to figure out a championship contender?
So you know that line, it's about the economy, stupid. It's about the players, right? You got to have players. You got to have stars. The contending teams always have at least 2 or 3 stars. So let's begin there. The other part is you've got to have the right role players around the stars. Think about the Draymond Greens. Think about the Kevin Loves. Guys in those positions that are in support of maybe the guys who have the ball in their hands. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. There's got to be an unselfishness, a professionalism, a commitment. All the things that make championships possible on any number of levels.
While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Pacers in 5th.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
And so it's Indiana with it, trailing by 13. Bogdanovich wide open. Off target from three-point range. Dinwiddie kicks to Carroll. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Carroll's got 8 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Collison kicks to Young. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Nets leading by 15. There's Hollis Jefferson. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
Collison kicks to Young. To the paint. Here's Turner. A second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. He has 6.
Miles Turner is simply a workhorse. I mean, he keeps plays alive with his length and activity.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. No good. So the Pacers will take it the other way. Collison gets a wide open look. Sinks the triple.
I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
Pacers trail by 12. Outside, Bogdanovich. Darren Collison again from deep. Collison's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Pacers.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovich showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
Hollis Jefferson can't hit. And here's Indiana. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Tipped away. Collison dishes to Young. Here's Turner. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Boy, you've got to love seeing Hollis Jefferson sprint to the cup. What an explosive finisher who forces the defense to get physical.
And Rondé Hollis Jefferson able to defend 1 through 4. Doris, where do you think he's most effective as a defender?
Well, Kevin, with his length and his quickness, he can really bother guards that are smaller than he is, which most often is going to be the case.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. And Indiana opting to trade Paul George this summer. Doris, never easy to let a superstar go.
No, it isn't, Kevin, but with Paul George looking to contend for a title and increasingly voicing his dissatisfaction, it was probably the right choice because you don't want to lose him next summer and get nothing in return.
And so he hits both.
Well, I think what I like about Hollis Jefferson is he can contribute just a little bit of everything. This guy's got a tremendous motor.
Picked away. To the inside. Here's Crabbe. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Bogdanovich passes to Turner. No basket, missed number 5 out of his 8 shots.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
They grab their own miss, and Tyler Zeller's going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Pacers trail by 13. And here's Collison. Last game he had 10 points. And here's Young from the arc. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 4 assists now tonight.
Kev, no hesitation whatsoever from Thaddeus Young. Just pulls the trigger immediately.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Goes up. And Carroll gets it to go. Carroll's got 10.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Timeout called the Pacers. Once in a while, we talk about the makeup of a good teammate. But Doris, what are some ominous signs that a player might be in it for more himself as opposed to team?
Well, I think anytime you see someone who's not committed to practicing at the important times, somebody whose availability might be in question, who might let a slight, I don't want to say injury, but a nick or a bump or a bruise, limit their availability, that's obviously a difficult thing.
Sure.
And, the other part is, Kevin, the players that I think have the most success are those that can be as joyous about their teammates' success as they are about their own. That's something that strikes me about the Golden State Warriors. It's a group invested in the group's success, and you see that both monetarily in terms of what some players are willing to give up, and you also see that basketball, someone like a Klay Thompson who has to be effective in fewer shots with the addition of Kevin Durant.
Good breakdown. Harris is checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Corey Joseph's checked in for Indiana. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Nets.
The play of their guards has been something to highlight. You love to see the backcourt contributing with the pass. When they're looking to make things easier for everyone, you see your bigs run the floor a little bit harder, and those things become contagious.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Shot by Zeller, no good. Pacers trail by 12. Now Joseph, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Young, got a hand on it.
Look at DeMarre Carroll get in space and block the shot. Defense at its best.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And really, the first 3 or 4 seasons of his career, DeMarre Carroll was kind of a fringe rotation player. I think once his three-point shooting took form in Atlanta, that's when his value as a player skyrocketed.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Carroll. And for DeMarre Carroll, able to hit the 3, but it all starts for him, Greg, at the defensive end.
He can be an intimidator on that side of the ball, and with his lockdown mentality defensively, he only needs to provide complementary scoring to be a key contributor.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Bogdanovich.
Now, did you know, Kevin, that they call DeMarre Carroll the swag daddy because he always dresses to impress? I hear the wardrobe is unreal.
And not everyone can shoot this well at his size.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Guys with size don't necessarily translate into great shooters, but boy, does he show great confidence knocking that down.
And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. To the paint. And Miles Turner again. Turner's got 10 points.
Boy, his marksmanship has been unbelievable this quarter, and they're still down.
And the basket by Harris.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Shot's good by Turner.
Boy, too much of a cushion given to him on that jump shot. That's a big-time no-no.
Here's Zeller. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Pass to Sabonis. Takes it off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
And no matter how well you defend, when you shoot that poorly, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to get a win.
Yeah, I thought too many hard shots. I don't know whether it was a question of strategy or if guys were just unwilling to work for something better.
Harris dishes to Dinwiddie. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Dinwiddie's got his first bucket of the night. Turner with a screen for Joseph. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Darren Collison. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Okafor is checked in for Zeller. Allen comes in for DeMarre Carroll, and it's LeVert in for Crabbe.
At 6'7", Karis LeVert knows how to use that size, especially inside. He knows how to handle himself in there.
Collison kicks to Joseph. There's the pick. In the corner, it's Stevenson. The three-pointer is right on target. Stevenson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's LeVert. Good, and Harris gets the assist. And the Nets lead by 19.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
They get it again. Sabonis and Allen with the block. And here they come. Here's Okafor. He shoots again. Goes up again. And the layup is good. Okafor's got his first 2 points.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And Joseph kicks to Collison. Down low, here's Sabonis, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page and really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
Here's Leaf. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Takes it from 10. Stevenson can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 21. Allen drives in, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The Nets shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think I'm just going to leave that one right there.
And he can't hit the second. So, Greg, how close were the Nets to being the Swamp Dragons anyway?
Well, it needed a unanimous vote of all the teams to change it, but there was one vote against it. The Nets themselves voted against the change, and they had 7 owners who rotated voting duties, and the one on deck got cold feet.
The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
The Nets making a switch here. Stauskas is checked in. Good on the second free throw. And Nate McMillan with a solid track record as head coach in Seattle and Portland before taking over the Indiana Pacers.
Well, think about it. Before this job, 12 seasons, all coaching in the Northwest. And that goes along with 12 seasons as a player, all with the Sonics. He actually earned the nickname Mr. Sonic for almost 2 decades in Seattle.
And it's Okafor missing. Passes it to Sabonis. Over Allen. Allen with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Yep, it counts.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
And so it's Brooklyn, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back right after this. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, you really like the activity on the defensive end. Outstanding, jumping into passing lanes and coming up with steals.
The Pacers shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. On the court for Indiana, Leaf is out there with Sabonis. Then it's Corey Joseph. And there's Collison, and it's Stevenson in at the small forward. Hits, count that one from Stauskas.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Collison, no good. Collison's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. Changes up, and Allen with the layup.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Pass to Leaf. Knocked away. It's stolen by Allen. In transition, here come the Nets. And the basket by Harris.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Nobody near Stevenson. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Here's Leaf, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, second chance points can come from extreme effort on the offensive glass. Case in point there.
And it's Okafor missing. The Pacers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pass to Leaf. Inside, Collison. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Okafor. And too long on the shot.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Collison, no good.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And then Okafor slams it in.
Well, Karis LeVert has great size to see over the defense and terrific vision there.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old-school front court. some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. They have revamped the roster, looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense.
And the Pacers now looking to revamp how they approach things. The rebuild is on, it would appear.
Yeah, and a good time to do it when they saw Paul George would be leaving. It won't be easy to make the transition, but the Pacers do have a good collection of young talent.
Quincy Acey's checked in for Brooklyn. The Pacers also changing it up. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Leaf. Bogdanovich comes in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Oladipo in for Darren Collison. Poked away. Here's Oladipo. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
The combination of sheer muscle and speed of Victor Oladipo. You can't stop this guy. So excellent at finishing over aggressive defense.
And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set. There's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode. And this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
That free throw good from Oladipo.
Well, the versatility of Victor Oladipo is fantastic. This is a clever guard who plays his heart out on both ends of the floor.
A nice shot by LeVert.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything. They're simply moving the ball and working for the best available shot.
Back to Young. The three. The rebound by the Nets. They host the Kings after this game, and that will be the middle game of this three-game homestand. And the dunk by Acey.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Down low. And Allen with the block.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Wasted no time on that one. Harris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
Back to Joseph. The kick out to Oladipo. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Pass to LeVert. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And there's a deceptive strength to the lean frame of Karis LeVert, showing tremendous strength on his way to a tough finish.
Now here's Joseph. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And the pass to Sabonis. Here's Allen.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Joseph. He's averaging 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
The first one falls. Of course, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, you've been a courtside reporter, a game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
He hits both from the stripe. And for the Nets, pretty good fan support in Brooklyn despite the team's losing ways.
Well, there's a lot of local pride. This is a great market. It's an absolutely beautiful new arena with the new front office in place. Things are certainly headed in...
And they're just dominating on both ends, and it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Oladipo, the pass to Turner, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, Miles Turner can carve space. Don't let that lean frame fool you. He can get inside and score deep.
Boy, guys, such a rare combination, right? A great shot blocker who can also make threes. And if you think back to that 2015 draft, 3 kinds of those players entered the league. Karl Anthony Towns, Kristaps Porzingis, and this guy, Miles Turner.
One shot, mind the lanes.
That free throw good from Turner. And you talk, Doris, about a stretch 5. Miles Turner already a knockdown shooter from long range.
Well, it's incredible at his size to be that smooth, that quick, and that high with his release. Your eyes are not lying. That's a 7-footer with a gorgeous shooting stroke.
Fires the 3. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. And a moment here to look at where the shots are coming from for Brooklyn.
You know, I doubt they came into this game thinking they would be doing this much damage from mid-range, but you have to give them credit for being able to see what is available in their offense and then exploit the weakness of the D. To be successful in this league, you have to be flexible, and they've done a great job of that so far.
Here's Harris. 12 points for him. Here's Stauskas. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Stauskas has got 4 points in the quarter.
I tell you, coaches love those high percentage looks in the paint.
And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovich. Turner with a screen for Bogdanovich. It's Oladipo on the wing. Young outside. A three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 9.
Boy, masterful work from Thaddeus Young. He's got such tremendous length down there.
Allen, that's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Now here's Joseph. He's covered closely, but they recover it. Another miss by Young.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him. Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Pacers shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. To the middle. Here's Turner. Got a piece of it. Stauskas inside the line. Nice D from Oladipo. And Indiana shooting a meager 37% for the game. Poked loose. It's stolen by Stauskas. Here's Harris. It's good for the 7th time this game. He shot 7. He has made 7.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Knocked loose. And another fast break for Brooklyn. The Nets are running.
You've got to stay with LeVert in transition. I'll tell you, if you let him outrun you, it's going to be a long night.
Joseph with the ball. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Bogdanovich. That one's off. Still out of sync. Nets shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively. Allen. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the inside. That's tipped.
Well, that's about the long reach of Karis LeVert on the defensive end, swatting away an opportunity.
Here's AC. Sinks that one from the post. AC's got 4 this quarter. they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that. And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first. In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Young with no one around. The three-pointer no good.
Well, it's been an up-and-down quarter for him on the offensive end, mostly down, though.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Joseph with the ball, picked up by Harris. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And Turner throws it down.
And this is why Miles Turner is such a high percentage scorer. You combine length, athleticism, and basketball skills. Good luck with that, defense.
Good on the three-point shot.
I think, you look back on some of the point guards who have become head coaches in the NBA. Kenny Atkinson of the Nets, one of those guys, led the University of Richmond to the Sweet 16 back in 1988.
It's good from long range.
Well, no hesitation from Bogdanovich in the catch-and-shoot situation. Beautiful.
Here's Allen. No good on that one. Good defensive work there by Young. Outside Bogdanovich. Out to Turner. Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Well, Bogdanovich continues to develop different aspects of his game. Great seeing him stick passes like that.
I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
And Indiana shooting not great, 40% for the game. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Allen's shot is off.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Turner with the screen. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Allen leading the charge.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Joseph against Harris. There's the dish to Young. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Folks, let's use this break to see who's leading the league in blocks. These are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Number 1, Miles Turner.
What an intimidator he is in the paint. I mean, he's shot to the top of that leaderboard, and nobody feels comfortable putting a shot up around him right now.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at Indiana. Here in the middle of the regular season, they've been able to get the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, Brooklyn, they're much further down in the standings right now.
And seeing where Indiana is, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
Stevenson kicks to Oladipo. They set the screen. Off the pick. Whoa!
Goodness.
Well, we know Oladipo is an elite dunk.
Look at that.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Out to the right wing. They get it again. Sabonis. It's deflected. Now here's Crab. Guarded by Oladipo. Crab, good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
outside Collison. Out to the wing. Here's Leaf. Will not go. This is off the front iron. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Nets out in front, running away with it. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. That's Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. And boy, a pumped-up home crowd is behind us right now. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And here's Collison. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Damari Carroll. Then it's Zeller. Then it's Allen Crabb. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And yes, it's good. Carroll's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Brooklyn.
Well, don't you love the nickname, the Junkyard Dog, Damari Carroll? This guy has established himself over the last handful of seasons as a starting caliber forward.
Oladipo for 3. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Over Bogdanovich. Tries again. They shoot again. He lays it in. Hollis Jefferson's got 23.
But how about the persistence from Hollis Jefferson? He's keeping possessions alive with his activity.
And Oladipo kicks to Bogdanovich. There's a screen. Young from outside. And the 3-ball is good. Young's got 15 points. And Carroll slowed somewhat by knee surgery a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make his way back into form. One of those tone setter guys. You know the effort will be there every time he takes the floor.
That's tipped. Here's Turner. He goes up again, and it's laid up and in by Young. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Listen, we know this about Thaddeus Young. He has very long arms. He's a nuisance on the glass. Big-time energy guy.
Bogdanovich against Carroll. Turner with a screen on Carroll. Here's Collison. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Doors with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
And he can't get the first one.
I think if you think about the Pacers in the last decade and the value they have found in the draft, right? Danny Granger gets taken at 17th. Roy Hibbert at 17th. Lance Stevenson actually at 40th. Paul George was 10th. Miles Turner 11th. That's a very good track record.
And he's good on the second. And the Pacers trading away draft picks in recent seasons for players like Luis Scola and Doris Thaddeus Young, given their great draft record. Does that surprise you?
Well, I think when you consider their keen eye for rookies and the ability to evaluate talent, it makes you wonder why they've boxed themselves in. Certainly you wonder if that had to do with the pressure to contend.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Left side, Turner over Zeller, and Turner the bucket on the assist by Collison. 24 points for Miles Turner.
It's really hard with the length Miles Turner has for that defense to contest. Not much the defense can do in that instance.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
I'll tell you, Greg, his passing has been absolutely outstanding. He is threading the needle right now.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Carroll with it, now guarded by Bogdanovich. And Carroll gets it to go. Carroll's got 8 points in the quarter. Indiana's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. For Indiana, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Here's Oladipo, and then Oladipo with the jam.
Boy, this is why Oladipo is becoming a tough cover. Even on the drive, he's able to power shots in past the defense.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. An even 3-on-3 break. Deep 2 from Collison. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Pacers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Here's Collison. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Collison's got 11 points.
I'll tell you, that's aggressive passing. Threading it down low and setting up the bucket inside. Really nice.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Young outside. Some nice passing here by Indiana. The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
And Miles Turner, Doris, one of the league's best shot blockers.
He really is, Kev. Top 5 in that category starting in his second season. The quickness and long arms give him all the necessary tools.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Okafor's checked in.
1 shot.
Well, the athleticism that Miles Turner brings to the center spot is quite remarkable. This guy, an exceptional player on both sides of the floor.
And Carroll gets it to go.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
The Pacers have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Screen by Young. Dishes it to Turner. And once again off the mark by Indiana. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
To me, Hollis Jefferson has tremendous length and someone who makes it very difficult to contest shots because of that length.
Now Collison. He's got 11. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Knocks it loose. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Indiana.
How about the toughness, Kevin, from Hollis Jefferson on the interior? Fantastic at using his length close to the rack to get that contact.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson.
Well, guys, you think back to 2013 when the Nets pushed all their chips in for a title. When that collapsed, they had to embrace Plan B. So what do? They go into the Spurs organization, hire from that brain trust, and now are trying to build from the ground up.
And he makes both free throws. And the new Nets leadership now thinking long term.
Right, Kev. I think that this is a team, an organization that wants high-character individuals. They're using words like consistency and sustainability. If you want the model, it's the Spurs' 2-decade playoff run. That's the goal for the Brooklyn Nets.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammates after that one.
Here's Collison. He's got 11. Now the feed to Oladipo. There's the pick. It's Young on the wing. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Young's got 8 here in the quarter.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Well, it is all about the 3-ball nowadays in the NBA. And when he's hitting from there, it's going to make things very tough on the defense.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And then Okafor slams it in.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for him.
You know, I think, Greg, the faster the tempo, the better they are. And I love the pace they're playing with right now.
Okafor comes in with the double team. Stolen. Dinwiddie dishes to Okafor. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket. Indiana's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Okafor comes in with the double team. Okafor with the steal by himself. And then Okafor slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Young, right side. Back to Oladipo, outside Collison. Indiana again missing. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight. Okafor gets the bucket.
Well, how about the improved passing of Mr. Hollis Jefferson? Using his size, sees right over the defense. Pretty.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. Feeds to Young. Wants to get it to Turner, and does. Will it go? Rebounded by the Nets. Hollis Jefferson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Okafor slams it in.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
And he comes up with the deuce. 22 points for Thaddeus Young.
Boy, as aggressive as he's been hitting all these shots, they're still behind. Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
And Indiana shooting 42% from the field here in the third. Turner, and it's Turner finishing it off.
Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Kev, but he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
Here's Okafor. Again, the Nets for 2.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pacers shooting 40% from the field. Left side, Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
LeVert's checked in for Ellen Crabb. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. Leaf comes in for Bogdanovich. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Oladipo. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. That free throw good from Turner. And the Nets with possession. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's Carroll, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
There's no question DeMarre Carroll came ready to play. He's been their go-to guy all game.
And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. And it's Turner finishing it off.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. The 15-footer, and again, it's Jahlil Okafor. Okafor's got 16 points here in the second half.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
Here's Stevenson. LeVert grabs the miss.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that. Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Okafor. Quincy Acey's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. The Pacers also with a sub. Wilkins is checked in for Miles Turner. And Joseph kicks to Wilkins. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
And it's Okafor missing. It's Wilkins on the wing. He feeds it to Joseph. Here's Sabonis. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And you could see that dunk coming from a while away. I mean, he lives for those moments.
And so do all of his fans. He doesn't disappoint. When he's got a clear path to the bucket, he's going to do something, special.
And given his ability, someone needed to rotate to try and contest that.
And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
Snatched away. Here's Joseph, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Carroll's running. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for DeMarre Carroll.
Joe Harris. Tyler Zeller.
There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. A baseline J. Off the left rim and out. And Indiana shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Down low. Sabonis, no good. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And the Pacers still looking for their first NBA title, but 3 titles, as we know, for the franchise in their ABA days.
How about in 9 seasons with the ABA, they made the finals 5 times. Now, granted, there were only about 10 teams in the league, but that's still pretty impressive.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Pacers shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. And Joseph kicks to Wilkins. Indiana moving it around. Sabonis, no good. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. A nice shot by LeVert.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Ball's knocked loose. A solo fast break. Jumps up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, I'll tell you, when Karis LeVert is in the zone, he's hard to shake. This guy can heat up quickly.
And Stevenson kicks to Wilkins. Here's Joseph. Misses off the right iron. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll return shortly. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court for Indiana, they've got Wilkins. Leaf is out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Young, and it's Jefferson in at the center position.
Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
On the wing, Stevenson. Screen by Young. Mozgov with the block.
Mozgov's such an effective player. His defensive presence, ability to block shots is so crucial to this team.
Goes back up, and the layup is up and in. Casey's got 4 this quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Leaf, no good. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Mozgov drives in. It's rebounded by Indiana. Young left side. Pass to Leaf. Fires for 3. The shot off that time, so Brooklyn will take it the other way.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Well, he carves out the space he needs, just the finish was not good.
This one for 3. Good on the triple.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
Here's Harris. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. That's good from Jefferson on the assist from Young.
And to me, this is where Al Jefferson feels at home. He's in the paint, and if you feed the big man, he's going to deliver buckets.
Kicks it to Mozgov. And Mozgov throws it down.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Pass to Leaf. Screen by Jefferson. To the middle. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
2 points. That one goes.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
No doubt. I mean, he's doing his best to guide his team to victory. Superb job shooting the ball in this final period.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Pass to Leaf. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Doris, some people are pushing for Holcomb Rucker to be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. What do you think are the chances of that happening?
You know, I think contributions to the game take many shapes and forms, Kevin. And obviously, Rucker Park is one of the most identifiable places in the history of the game. If you're a city basketball player, you know Rucker Park. You tried to prove your bona fides there. So if the committee believes Mr. Rucker is worthy, I am all for it.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. The Nets have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Here's Whitehead. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
Indiana's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And Young, here we go. High quality look, and he sinks it. Nets have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Here's Stauskas, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
The Pacers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. On the wing, Stevenson. Rebound, Brooklyn. Acey's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Harris. Shortening the preseason, adding a week to the regular season to avoid some back-to-backs. Doris, how much is that going to help the players, you think, stay healthy?
You know, this is a fascinating development in one of the areas where the NBA was so proactive in long-term health and well-being of their players. Kevin, I'm anxious to see. Everybody was frustrated by the number of preseason games. They didn't matter. And so I think by taking some of those games that have zero impact on the season, zero impact on how you evaluate and put your team together, is going to be critical to avoiding back-to-backs and the dreaded 4 games in 5 nights. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Doris, we're going to get a better product in the regular season. We're going to see players fresher, less injured. I mean, it's a win-win.
Agreed.
That's good from Harris. Hey, Doris, on the subject of league expansion, Commissioner Silver has said that 30 teams feels about right at this point. How long do you think it's going to be before we add another franchise or 2 to the NBA?
Right. Let me just say that I completely concur with Commissioner Silver. The last thing we want to see when the NBA is at its peak in popularity is expansion that might dilute some of the competitiveness that we want to see happen. The bigger question right now is these super team issues. Are we at a point where there is such disparity between the best teams in the league and the worst? Let's address that first, and then we can look at expansion down the road.
So you do not like the super team aspect that we're beginning to see formulate it from time to time?
I don't necessarily want to say that. I think the jury is still out, Kevin. We have to see how the next 2 or 3 years plays out as it relates to both Cleveland and Golden State. I think there was a period in the 80s where it felt like it was the Lakers and the Celtics every year. Let's not overreact, but certainly let's not add teams before we make sure we are where we need to be from a competitiveness standpoint. Now, this is why you work the ball inside, right? To get the easiest shot possible.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Stauskas. Here's Whitehead. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Whitehead's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Stolen away. And he lays it straight in.
Boy, that's how to do it. Just go strong. Don't settle for a jump shot when the defense is flat-footed. Nice.
Pass to Leaf. Outside Wilkins. Poked away. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Harris. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
2 shots.
Two.
And he makes the first.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
The Nets making a switch here. Allen's checked in. And Harris drops them both.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Back to Young. There's a good screen. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for the Nets. And so it's Indiana with it. 6 on the shot clock. Young dishes to Jefferson. Looking to end the run. AC with the rebound. AC's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Allen's shot is off. Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Wilkins kicks to Young. Pass to Leaf. Drops in the tray. Leaf's got 10 points in just the second half.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime? Much more effective here in the second half.
That one a little long. Pacers have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Stevenson passes to Jefferson. Jefferson can't get that one to fall. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Indiana's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting. A shot by Wilkins, no good.
The defense lost him there, and he should have made him pay.
Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 31 points.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Screen by Jefferson. And Young kicks to Stevenson. Nailed from three-point land. Stevenson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Don't you love how Jefferson sets good, hard picks without fouling? He's almost 290 pounds. Good luck running into that.
Allen. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And for the Pacers, they're shooting the ball at 42%. And Young kicks to Stevenson. Inside. And it's Wilkins, that time on the assist from Stevenson.
I'll tell you, that play was not as easy as he made it look. A moving target, it has to be perfectly placed, really pretty.
Young outside. Stolen by Allen. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way. And then Allen slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play. You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Young kicks to Stevenson. Pass to Leaf. Young outside. The three from Stevenson. Brooklyn with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got 11 rebounds in the game. And finished off by AC.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Pacers shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late. Knocks it loose. And they're running. Here's Allen. Got it. Good job in the low post. Allen's got 28 points for the game.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
And Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. 8 points for Al Jefferson.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
They get the rebound. Allen, that's good.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
I'll tell you, Greg, there's no let-up in how they play. They want to dominate every aspect, and that includes second chance points. Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Wow, the vertical of Hollis Jefferson, simply unreal. This guy's got a little showman in his game.
Now, here is Young. 11 feet away. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Leafs got 17 now, just in the second half.
Child, please. Now, Kevin, this game has been all Hollis Jefferson. He's getting to his spots and capitalizing.
And Young kicks to Jefferson. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
That's a nice little outside-in play right there. Good feed into the post and a solid finish.
And I tell you what, nobody willing to put a stop to that slam.
Yeah, Greg, for the defense, that was a case of stand back, watch the show, buckle up.
He saw the defense playing soft and simply used his natural gifts to take advantage.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Good D by Stevenson. Pacers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
Okafor is checked in for Allen. And a change for the Pacers. Joseph's checked in. Screen by Jefferson. Lets it go with a 3. The offensive rebound. That one goes. Count it.
I'll simply say this, Kevin. If you refuse to check out Al Jefferson, he's going to O-board it and stick it back in the bucket.
Hollis Jefferson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got 41.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're leading. There's 31 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
And you just have to avoid silly fouls here, guys. Defend with caution. Maybe get ready to make some free throws. If they can do that, they'll be looking really good here.
And now a moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
I don't know if they expected him to have this much of an impact, but the timing couldn't have been better. They dropped 2 straight leading into this one and did not want to lose 3 in a row. Now, here is Young, guarded closely. Indiana moving the ball around. Wilkins with another miss. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Pacers with the rebound. Joseph with the ball.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Good on both. Here's Whitehead. Young with the steal. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalil, here at home with a competitive matchup. What got you guys over the top tonight?
To stand together as a team, playing as hard as we could. The fans were great, and we wanted to play good for them.
And you surely did, Jalil. Thanks a lot for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.